In Generation 1 competitive Pokémon, a successful sweep is rarely fast. It behaves like an overwhelming force, slow, inevitable, and mathematically impossible to stop. This momentum relies on a single move, Amnesia. Due to a mechanical quirk in red and blue, special attack and defense are merged into a single stat, and Amnesia doubles it in one turn. The strategy is traditionally monopolized by the overused tier's premier tanks, Slowbro and Snorlax. Both possess massive natural bulk, allowing them to absorb hits easily while they begin their setup. Once that base health is paired with the double defensive boost from Amnesia, these Pokémon cross a threshold. They take minimal damage from special attacks, heal off the difference, and become virtually unkillable. The highest echelon of the RBY metagame revolves around these slow, unbreakable, self-healing titans. Compare those titans to Poliwrath. With an unremarkable stat distribution, it is relegated to the never-used tier. It also carries a significant typing flaw. As a water and fighting type, Poliwrath is weak to psychic attacks in a metagame dominated by Alakazam and Starmie. This creates a competitive paradox. It is frail, weak to common attacks, and lacks reliable recovery. On paper, there is no reason to select Poliwrath over the established perfection of Slowbro. Poliwrath functions as a hyper-specific, speed-driven tool designed to exploit the exact scenarios where Slowbro fails. High-level team building values a Pokémon for the unique threats it neutralizes and specific utility it offers, rather than a raw calculation of its base stats. The justification for using Poliwrath hinges on a single, often overlooked stat, its base 70 speed. Slowbro operates at 30 speed, while the sleeper Executor sits at 55. Poliwrath clears that threshold at 70. Slowbro moves after Executor, making it perpetually vulnerable to Sleep Powder or Explosion. Poliwrath moves first, bypassing the threat of immediate knockout. This priority allows Poliwrath to punish Executor with Blizzard, which deals massive damage after a single Amnesia boost. Alternatively, Poliwrath can use Hypnosis. By putting Executor to sleep, it generates free turns to continue boosting its stats. Executor turns Slowbro into dead weight. Against Poliwrath, however, Executor is the one forced to retreat. Crossing this speed threshold changes the Pokémon's role entirely, turning a hard counter into an exploitable weakness. Bypassing Executor is only the first step. Poliwrath's main goal is breaking through the tier's massive special walls. The intuitive move choice is Surf. It has 100% accuracy and reliable power, making it the standard water-type attack for almost every Pokémon. Poliwrath runs into a mathematical limit. Even at +6 special, Surf fails to reach the damage thresholds required to break the tier's premier stall core. Against Snorlax, a +6 Surf takes a massive chunk of health, but falls short of a one-hit knockout. Snorlax survives and retaliates with a paralyzing body slam. Against Chansey, Surf fails entirely, allowing Chansey to use Soft-Boiled until Poliwrath's PP stalls out. In a metagame defined by extreme bulk and recovery, a 100% accurate move is useless if it cannot secure the knockout. This forces Poliwrath to adopt a mandatory high-risk solution, Hydro Pump. It offers 120 base power, but is limited by 80% accuracy and only 5 PP. Hydro Pump's value is clear in the damage matrix. Against Starmie, +4 special achieves a 2-hit knockout. Against Alakazam, +6 guarantees a 1-hit knockout. Replacing Surf creates a guaranteed 1-hit knockout against Snorlax at +6, and even Chansey cannot survive 2. Relying on an 80% accurate move with single-digit PP to execute a sweep presents a steep psychological barrier. But Poliwrath players must embrace mathematical variance, trading the illusion of safety for the exact damage ranges required to win. There is still a flaw in the Hydro Pump strategy against Chansey. Reaching +6 special requires 3 full turns of Amnesia, granting Chansey too much time to react. To counter this, Poliwrath applies secondary pressure through its physical attack stat and its fighting typing. It carries Submission. This is a violent, reckless physical strike that deals significant recoil damage back to Poliwrath. Submission provides an immediate threat against Chansey's low physical defense. A critical hit results in a 1-hit knockout without needing a single turn of setup. Possessing both an immediate physical threat and a delayed special threat creates a dual pressure scenario that Chansey struggles to navigate safely. Despite these specific offensive advantages, Poliwrath's stat spread creates severe limitations over the course of a match. Slowbro heals itself constantly using rest. Poliwrath lacks any reliable recovery moves. Because Poliwrath cannot heal, every point of chip damage it absorbs while setting up is permanent. This fragility leaves it vulnerable to fast, aggressive special attackers like Thunderbolt Starmie or Alakazam. There is also the persistent threat of enemy explosions, which can shut down a Poliwrath sweep before it generates any value. Poliwrath's design prevents it from acting as a traditional, reliable late-game anchor. The typical Slowbro win state is slow and inevitable, occurring at high health against paralyzed opponents. The Poliwrath win state is fast, explosive, and high variance, usually leaving Poliwrath heavily damaged or knocked out in exchange for a breakthrough. Team support is an absolute necessity. Poliwrath's primary checks must be put to sleep or paralyzed by its teammates before it enters the field. This represents Poliwrath's high-variance, single-use wall-breaking power. In the ideal scenario, Poliwrath enters the late game, finds a free turn against a crippled foe, and breaks the opponent's core with 2 hydro pumps. Competitive viability comes down to filling a mathematical niche that no other unit on the roster can replicate.